What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Gavi, because Liverpool apparently has quadrupled Barcelona's contract offer for Gavi, who actually threatens to leave Barcelona if they sign Bernardo Silva. And there are many news outlets reporting that Bernardo Silva is likely to go to Barcelona. Barcelona really want him and they are trying to come up with ways to sign Bernardo Silva. So in this video we will break down this contract news and transfer news around Gavi, and also we will take a look at Gavi's career and what he has achieved so far, what kind of player he is and how he could fit into the Liverpool team. So make sure to strap in. Hope you enjoyed the new format. Let me know if you have any suggestions on how to do these videos, and leave a like on this video if you enjoy these videos. And apparently Liverpool have more than quadrupled Barcelona's contract offer. Barcelona offered 2 million euros per year for Gavi and Liverpool offer him 9 million euros per year. So let me know in the comments below, do you want Liverpool to sign Gavi? And also let me know in the comments below, do you like this new format that I'm doing with my videos? So FC Barcelona have apparently offered Gavi 2 million euros per year, which was immediately rejected by Gavi's representatives. Gavi responded with a proposal that would see his salary increase every year over 4 years. So in the first year he gets 4 million, the next year he gets 5 million and so on. And of course in the fourth year of his contract, that will be the only time when Gavi can renegotiate his salary. And apparently really I think Gavi deserves a new contract and a much bigger and a much better contract. His market value is around 50 million pounds, and Barcelona know that they face competition for Gavi, who has several offers including one from Liverpool. And La Porteria, the news outlet, is reporting that Liverpool have more than quadrupled Barcelona's contract offer, and Liverpool are offering 9 million euros per year to Gavi, and Gavi's representatives are already negotiating with Liverpool. In order to sign Gavi, Liverpool as a side would have to trigger the 50 million euro release clause, and Julian Ward has already made it known that this would not be an issue for Liverpool. I think around 45 million pounds to pay for Gavi is an absolute bargain. And remember, until Gavi signs a new contract at Barcelona, this release clause is active in his contract. So I think that Liverpool should go in and try to sign Gavi, because he would be exactly the kind of transfer boost that Liverpool need at this stage of the season, where we started with the season not in the best form. We are missing a lot of injured midfielders. And according to other news outlets, Gavi apparently told Barcelona he will not renew his contract if Bernardo Silva will be signed by Barcelona. Barcelona have heavy interest in Bernardo Silva, and their star academy player Gavi has told the club that he will not renew his contract if Bernardo Silva is signed, because they are playing in the exact same position. And of course a lot will depend on whether Frenkie de Jong leaves Barcelona. There is still talk of Chelsea and Manchester United trying to sign Frenkie de Jong, because if Frenkie de Jong leaves Barcelona, then Barcelona will try to do everything to sign Bernardo Silva. And if Frenkie de Jong is sold for big money, they will have the money to be able to sign Bernardo Silva. Barcelona of course need the finances from the de Jong sale in order to pursue Bernardo Silva, but his signature may mean eventually losing Gavi. Gavi just turned 18 years old very recently, and Barcelona are hoping of course that the player will renew his contract. And the fact that Bernardo Silva hasn't started both games for Manchester City, I think is a big indication that Guardiola is still unsure on the future of Bernardo Silva. There is still a big possibility, and Guardiola said it himself, that Bernardo Silva could still leave Manchester City. There is no guarantees that he will stay. And I mean, if Bernardo Silva was only thinking about staying, he would have started at least one of the first 2 games for Manchester City in the Premier League. And Gavi doesn't really want to leave, but if there is no place for him in the Barcelona starting 11, he really wants to play. And Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola admitted that Bernardo Silva could depart Man City and he could go to Barcelona. He said sometimes for the club, sometimes for the players, sometimes for the agent. Sometimes you have to divide your path with each other, especially the desire of the player is the most important thing. Of course, I would love Bernardo to continue here. He's a special player for us, but I don't know what is going to happen. What happens will happen, and if he stays, it is perfect, and in the end, if he has to leave, it is because football is like this. The player has a desire. So I think if Bernardo Silva had no intention of leaving Man City, Guardiola wouldn't come out and say these kind of things. So Gavi just turned 18 years old on August the 5th. He's the perfect profile of a player. He already has 10 appearances for the Spain national team, and his market value is going up and up. He is now valued at 60 million euros, and his release clause is just 50 million euros. So I think Liverpool could get him for 45 million, way below his market value. And Gavi has huge potential. He's brilliant on the ball, and yes, he's not the most prolific goal-scoring midfielder. I will show you his stats just in a second, but he still has a lot to offer, and I think with being so young, Jurgen Klopp could really mold him into a fantastic player. And as you can see in the 21-22 season, Gavi has played 46 games in all competitions for Barcelona, which is pretty brilliant, and he's not an injury-prone player. He scored only 2 goals but got 6 assists, all of them in the league, and also in the Champions League he played quite a lot of games, and in the Europa League as well, but most of the time in Europe he has been a substitute player. But he started a lot of games for Barcelona, as you can see here. There are a lot of minutes and a lot of games that he started for Barcelona, and he also, his best game was against Elche, where he scored and assisted, but he also scored against Atletico Madrid, for example, which is a big contribution. And Graham Hunter, who is one of the best La Liga experts working for ESPN, has described Gavi as similar to Xavi and Andres Iniesta in his dribbling, anticipation, intelligence, vision, passing, first touch, close control, change of pace, and ability to turn quickly, to get out of tight spaces and initiate counterattacks. I'm watching a lot of Barcelona games because my girlfriend is a huge Barcelona fan, so we are watching basically every game live on TV, every Liverpool game and every Barcelona game. So I watched a lot of Gavi, and I think he's a fantastic, huge talent. Absolutely, it would be an absolutely brilliant signing for Liverpool. And as I said, you are getting a player for 45 million whose potential is a £100 million midfielder, and he's only 18 years old, so Jurgen Klopp can still mold him, develop him, and really nurture him, and he could become an absolutely brilliant player for Liverpool. But of course you also have to take it into account that Gavi is a Barcelona homegrown player, so it would take a lot for him to leave Barcelona, his hometown club, and that's his dream, to become a legend at Barcelona. So it will be very difficult for Liverpool to get this deal done. Xavi said a homegrown player always has extra commitment, extra dedication. It's their home, they are Barcelona fans, they were nurtured here. It's like owning a family business. That's what Xavi had to say about Gavi. And also Barcelona president Joan Laporta also confirmed recently that they are very close to reaching an agreement with Gavi to extend his contract. We are optimistic about the renewal of Gavi. We want him to continue at Barcelona. And Gavi always maintained his desire of continuing with Barcelona. But also there are articles saying that Gavi, if Bernardo Silva joins Barcelona, that he would want to leave. So I think the truth is in the middle. Gavi wants to stay, but only if he is getting enough playing time, enough minutes. At 18 years old, I don't think he will stay at Barcelona if he will be only a bench warmer. He wants to play, he wants to make Spain's World Cup squad. You have to understand this is also a top priority for these international footballers. The World Cup is coming up in November. It's a very unusual time, so it's crucial that you play a lot of games in the first half of the season, because if Gavi sits on the bench for Barcelona, the Spanish football manager might not select him, might not call him up for the World Cup, and that would be devastating, because at 18 years old Gavi has a lot of World Cups ahead of him, and he would want to play in all of them, or most of them, that until he retires. Of course his best position is a midfielder, but he also can play as a winger on the left flank. He has already managed to make a lot of appearances, as I said, 46 games for Barcelona. He's a good passer of the ball, having graduated from the famous La Masia Academy. His vision and short bursts of pace also require a special mention. I always love when Gavi gets the ball, and if he has a pressure applied to him by a fellow midfielder or a fellow defender, he always has this little burst of pace where he can glide past people, go past people. Of course, he's not the fastest player, but he has this little acceleration where he gets out of trouble. He's a very press-resistant kind of player, something that, of course, would be very, very good, almost perfect for Liverpool. And according to some newspapers, Liverpool are ready to pay the £42 million release clause of Gavi. According to some news outlets, Liverpool are preparing to trigger the £42 million release clause in Gavi's Barcelona contract. Xavi remains optimistic about Barcelona retaining Gavi, but also El Nacional is reporting that Liverpool are primed and ready to activate the release clause of Gavi. They just want to see whether Frankie de Jong leaves Barcelona, whether Bernardo Silva goes to Barcelona, and whether that changes Gavi's desire to remain at Barcelona and leave, and then, you know, Liverpool could really pounce and get this deal done. So let me know. Do you want Liverpool to sign Gavi or not? Let me know in the comments below. And I'm also absolutely devastated that it looks like Matheus Nunes, the brilliant midfielder, will go to Wolves. Wolves already agreed a £38 million deal plus around 4 million in add-ons, and only the medical is yet to be completed. And I really wanted Liverpool to go in and sign Matheus Nunes, but at the moment it looks like he will go to Wolves, and they are already hoping to register him in time for him to face Tottenham. But I will always watch Matheus Nunes with great interest, because there are already the example of Diogo Jota. He went to Wolves, he did it brilliantly in the Premier League, Liverpool signed him, and he's now becoming a Liverpool legend. So I really, really hope that Matheus Nunes will be a similar scenario, because I think he's a player that for 38 million it would have been a really, really awesome transfer. I think that Liverpool should have probably pursued. And also The Independent is having an article that Man United fans plan big protest against the owners, the Glazers, ahead of the Man United Liverpool game. And I really, really hope that the game won't be postponed, because Man United are in turmoil. This is the best time for Liverpool to play them, even though Liverpool have a few injuries and Darwin Núñez is suspended. I still think we are better than Man United, so we should be good enough to beat them. And Man United fan group, the 1958, confirmed details of the planned protest. They said, "Today we release our plans for the Liverpool game, a game that will have the eyes of the world watching, a game for Man United fans to come together and show the world our deep discontent for this vile ownership, an ownership that is systematically starving and killing the greatest football institution in world football for greed." I agree that the Glazers are terrible owners, but they are not starving Man United. Man United have spent the most amount of money after Manchester City in the Premier League. They have the most expensive club, the most expensive squad. They have the highest salaries in the Premier League. So they are not starving Man United. They just put people in charge who don't know what they are doing. They put people in charge who make the wrong transfer decisions. They don't have a strategy. They don't have a playing style, an identity. And they don't sign players to fit that playing style. With every manager who is coming in, he wants different kind of players, and there are already a lot of players at Man United that the previous 2 or 3 or 4 managers are signed, all for different playing styles, different identities, different strategies. So Liverpool don't have a streamlined strategy that they go for, and I think that's what's killing the club. So they should be angry, of course, at the owners, but they should be angry at the people who are in charge of transfers at Man United, who are in charge of guiding this football club forward. And of course they don't want a violent confrontation, but I just fear for Liverpool FC and the Liverpool players and the Liverpool fans, because if there is trouble outside the ground and inside the ground, Liverpool could get caught up in it, and I don't want that to happen, but we shall wait and see what will happen. They said, "We appreciate emotions are running high, but we must keep it legal, we must keep it peaceful. We don't want any Man United fans getting lifted and giving the Glazer propaganda machine a chance to spin the narrative. Bring the heat, bring the noise, bring the passion. Let's show the Glazer family that this time it will not blow over. I think there will be a big protest in the Man United Liverpool game. It's just whether the game will be postponed or not. I really hope not, because Liverpool really need the 3 points. But there is also an argument to be made that maybe Liverpool will have more players available if the game is postponed to a midweek fixture, for example, but we shall wait and see. I really want the game to be played. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Bye.